which is today, we're going to start losing about 3 to 5 minutes of daylight every single day. And we will continue losing 3 to 5 minutes of daylight every single day, all the way until December 21st, which is the shortest day of the year. So between now and December 21st, today is day 1, we will have about 3 minutes of daylight less than we had yesterday. My goodness. This year's just going by so quick. I was talking with Chris yesterday, and just everything that we have done in such little time, man, in just in a mere 6 months has been absolutely incredible. So this is just a great reminder for everybody else as well. Take inventory. Where are you right now? What have you done the last 6 months? During the mastermind, mastermind was incredible. I think Chris and I need to do an episode just on like the mastermind alone, because it was phenomenal. But within that, the way that I started out my presentation during the mastermind is I had everybody kind of take a look around the room and then take inventory of everybody that they've talked to in the last 6 months. And we talked about how opportunity is created, and it's not just something that falls on your lap. And I think that's how a lot of people treat their relationships and the people that they talk to. There really isn't a whole lot of intentionality or depth behind them. It's just, hey, I'm going to talk to a bunch of people, but I don't know how to create this opportunity. So it was kind of neat to see what I did was I went ahead and I challenged everybody to find one opportunity and to go write it on the whiteboard that we had in the room as they come in the following day. And guys, my goodness, the whiteboard it was filled up. There was nothing but opportunity. It was amazing. It was awesome to see. And Alan, I love that, bro. I love that. Because you think about how many people, when we take inventory of what we've done the last 6 months, when you take inventory of that, I want you to think about how many people have you talked to and how much depth was there to that conversation? How much value was there? Did you make or create any effort in creating some opportunity? And for most people, the answer is no. It's very surface level conversation. Hey, how are you? That type of stuff. There he is. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, from Alaska to Florida. Talk to me, Goose. How are you, man? That's a fantastic looking shirt, by the way.
Good, man. Good, man. Appreciate it. So just want to give you a quick update.
Oh,
we just bought a property. We bought a property 15 minutes ago, so that's in the queue.
Woo! You guys seen it live, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, we just bought a property.
Where did we buy it at?
This is over in Kissimmee, Florida. Okay.
So just north of you, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's gonna be pretty neat. It's gonna be a turnkey, already operating Airbnb. Talked to the gentleman, met him at the location, and we have pulled the trigger as of 15 minutes ago, man.
Oh, dude, congratulations, brother. That's awesome. That's great news.
Oh, absolutely. It's great news for the team. You know, this is one we're going to add to the portfolio. And the second good news is more so found my primary residence. So
amazing, man. What a wonderful day, man.
Yeah, man. Super excited. And when you talk about Alaska and then the time change and then the daylight and all that crap, nobody got time for that. Nobody got time. Yeah, man. It's pretty neat.
That is awesome. What a great segue into what I was going to talk about today, man. Just talk about like building that ideal team. And man, wow. Talk to me real quick. Where did this deal come from? Where did this lead come from?
The personal residence or the one we're taking out as a company?
The portfolio one, yeah.
Gotcha. So this actually came from a wholesaler he's a phenomenal wholesaler. I do gotta say there's a lot. He's very good. He got a great team. He disposed nationwide. Well, he has a team that disposed nationwide. They actually found this from, if I'm not mistaken, from what he was stating. He said he actually do PPC, and
like the drug.
Yeah, that right.
Out and him here live on the podcast. You got a great got a great wholesaler, great team. They do PCP.
Yeah, and direct to agent. So those are two of the business models. And this actually came from an email campaign, more so that he sent out like an email blast, and he knew where we're buying in Florida and what that looks like. So he also texted me, and then I said, "Yeah, received your email. Let's hop on the phone." And I was actually in Florida this weekend, and here we are. We made a connection, met him in person for the first time. It's great to meet people in person versus Zoom or talking on the phone. It's definitely a different environment, right?
Yeah,
An
100%.
experience, I should say. I'll show that beautiful pool.
Oh shit! Angel Miller says, "Show that beautiful pool." So
That is-
we just added one to the portfolio. Chris, you're for everybody who doesn't know, you're moving from New York to Florida,
That is correct. And I'm actually,
and it doesn't look like you're in New York weather right now.
So what Angel means, show that beautiful pool. I'm actually sitting in my new house right now. And I'm turning him.
Dude, let us see it. Woo!
So that's what she's talking about.
Man, look at that, bro. I'm expecting some bunnies to be trotting around here around the corner or something right now, man. Damn, Chris. That's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm super excited. Super thankful. I can't wait for you to come down here and stay as well.
Dude, I'm buying my ticket right now. I'm not going to use that website though.
You're not going- Oh my god, that is hilarious.
Dude, I definitely would love to. Dude, let's plan something with the team, dude. Let's plan something within the next 60, 90 days.
Oh, 100%. Let's definitely do it.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely do it.
down, dude. I'm down. Dude, that's awesome, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Much
Derek says, good morning. So you got interwebs and everything already set up over there?
Oh, everything's set up already. So the
Yeah.
pretty neat about this one, this specific property that I bought, guys, this was creatively subject to. We haven't officially closed on it. Just throwing it out there on this personal residence right here. That I'm having a personal residence. It'll be the second week of July. I'm closing on it. This is actually a formal what do you call it? It was listed on Airbnb, furnished, and everything. So it was well maintained. Everything was updated and remodeled in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fairly new. There's a couple minor stuff that's more so not to my liking, but I will update it accordingly. So, but other than that, man, it's pretty neat. Like I'm happy to be here. I know my son is gonna be happy too. And the only thing I'm not gonna get used to is probably I got no other choice. I am gonna get used to it. It's the traffic and so many different things. Like you talk about like Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom, you got Disney World, you got all these different things all around you, and then my son sees that, he gonna like, why we I feel like it's gonna be draining the wallet.
Yeah, Chris, you sound like you've been living in Alaska, bro. Like you moved down here and there's like, holy shit, there's cars down here. There's traffic. No dog sleds, huh? Dude, well, congratulations, man. That's awesome. So are you officially, I know you said you haven't officially like closed on it yet, but is it kind of like an official like you taking ownership of it already?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Damn, bro. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations, man.
Everything is at
how did you come across that?
Actually a wholesaler and not sub two. Creative Finance Group. I just have to think about it. Yeah, Creative Finance Group with Pace Morby. That came from him. He's actually made a post. I just made a simple post. I'm looking for a personal residence over in Florida. And he sent me a shit ton of stuff. And this was the one that stuck out to me that I like more. And Derek says, I kid you not, I've been looking on the ground every single day. Even I'm still looking at the ground. It's like the little, I call them geckos, but people call them geckos. They're all over the place, but I'm getting used to it, man. I'm definitely getting used to alligators and the little things that's running around. And I haven't seen a full alligator yet. And I don't want to see one. So if it does come about, I think you might see me on the Channel 9 News. Either I'm being murdered or I'm fighting an alligator. A black guy found an alligator in the middle of nowhere.
Dude, don't they got like snakes and stuff down there? Like I've heard of like people having like pythons or like some weird shit crawling out of their toilet and stuff. And like,
oh, Jesse, don't put that in my head. Damn. Don't put. I'm just thinking about it now. Don't put that in my head. Imagine using the bathroom. There's something that bites you.
Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro.
Definitely don't want that to happen. That's scary to even thinking about. Jesus. But no, I appreciate it, man. No, that's great. I'm ecstatic to be here. I'm actually a couple other people that lives in Orlando send me 2 more properties to go look at. And even if I don't buy the personal resident, I think as a company, we can actually potentially add those to the portfolio. So that'd be great to look at as well.
Love that, bro. Love it. Let's go, dude. Aaron says Chris gonna have some alligator cockroach stompers.
Oh my god,
dude! I saw a video actually. Coincidentally, this morning I saw a video. I was laying in bed and then I pulled up my phone, kind of looking at through Instagram or something. And saw this reel, and this guy was walking in Florida. This guy was in Florida. He's walking on a golf course, and he's like, "You want to see how I know if there's alligators in this water?" And he walks up to it, and he's like, "If it's wet, there's a good indication there's alligators in there."
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see it. And the funny part about it, I'm getting used to the signs that's everywhere, like letting you know, like, please watch your kids, so to speak, and please be aware there may be snakes in the grass, or there may be alligators among the. It's just crazy to see signs like that's the new norm. And then one of the signs was like very friendly, like, "Oh, that's your alligator's your friend. Just report it to the HOA or authority." I'm like, in my head,
send me some signs, bro. Let me live vicariously here.
Like, this is crazy. And I'm like, in my head, like, if they putting signs up, I know they're in the area. They got to be in the vicinity somewhere.
Yeah. That's interesting, man. Seeing alligators out in the wild must be as crazy to me as it is for people who don't live in Alaska to not go to the zoo and see moose. Did you see moose out in the wild? Like, we kind of got that flip flop. Like, I got to go to the zoo to see an alligator, and you don't. And then
you don't.
you got to, yeah. You go to the zoo to see a moose, and I don't.
No, but you should definitely come down here soon, man. It's gonna be great,
dude. I'm down, bro.
Although you're moving soon here, so I'll look for that.
We'll go find my house while we're down there.
There we go. Amazing.
Love it, bro. Gosh dang, man. What a wonderful way to start the day, man. Congratulations again. That's awesome. You're heading back on Monday, right?
Correct.
Go finish grabbing your stuff and then making the trek back down. Are you driving down there, I'm assuming, then, or are you going to ship your cars? What are you doing with your fleet? For everybody who doesn't know, like, Chris is like the ultimate entrepreneur. The only thing he hasn't done yet is he hasn't opened back up a kitchen, but I'm assuming that's on the list. But Chris has like a whole fleet of cars that he has purchased creatively that he makes a shit ton of money just renting out on Turo.
Yep.
What are you doing with that fleet, bro?
So I was actually looking for parking. So they're probably going to kill me. Like, there's a lot of parking here, but at the same time, I'm gonna ship them all down. I'm definitely gonna ship them all down. I did get a couple quotes to ship them all down. It'll take about 3 to 4 days to get all the vehicles here, but it could be on one load, one big 18-wheeler. They could put them on. Now, I don't know. I gotta check the market for where I'm living at right now, specifically see if it works for the rental company, like to move it from New York to here. I heard it was great, but I haven't did my own due diligence to see exactly what that looks like on a scale. It is a possibility that more so 1 or 2 vehicles I may sell. At the same time, I gotta really see the demand over here, like in Orlando, Kissimmee area, see exactly what cars are being actually rented versus, you know, me just buying anything or everything that's related to New York for what they prefer. But here, right. I think it should be okay. But, you know, I definitely want to do my due diligence because I don't want to have the cars just sitting. Or maybe, you never know. Maybe we can use it as a company car and literally keep it at the Airbnbs and then add it on as a, extra expense or whatever that looks like.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude. That would be awesome. Or bring them up here in Alaska too, dude. Like the Hertz rent-a-cars and the Enterprise rent-a-cars. Like, dude, like they are so effing busy. Like Turo is phenomenal up here, man.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. It's definitely phenomenal. So yeah, I think that should be happening within like 2 to 3 weeks. I'm definitely flying. I thought about driving, but I I think I'm just gonna have. No, actually, not. I think I know. I'm just gonna buy movers. I'm gonna hire movers to
Is that legal?
basically ship everything, right? Ship everything to Alaska, to Florida, and yeah, have all the vehicles shipped down here, and then decide exactly what to do at that specific time. So
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to get the intro to the podcast changed now, dude.
oh, 100%. 100%.
If anybody's in that realm, if anybody here who's watching this now or watches this in the future, if there's anybody who's into that whole videography, editing, all that kind of stuff, shoot Chris or I a message. Would love to work with you. Definitely, we're gonna have to edit the intro now from Alaska to New York, from Alaska to Florida.
A little closer to Alaska, right? Just a little bit.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
So, Chris, tell me, dude, as somebody who owns multiple businesses, I want to talk today about like building the ideal team, hiring top talent, hiring people, hiring people who are A players, man. Before we get too deep into it, like what are your thoughts as somebody who owns multiple businesses? What are some of the first things you look for before you start building a team?
The number one thing is culture. For me, it's culture. Like what kind of culture I'm trying to establish within that company.
Yeah.
And my mindset has changed over the years. Where I think if you asked me this question a few years ago, it'd been totally different. But now I can say the culture is number one. And behind that is more so the people that comes with the culture. Now, me personally, I don't really like hiring employees. I want to, like me personally, I love bringing people onto the team who wants to run their own business, who wants to be those key players, who wants to be successful just in general, not just want to clock in and clock out, right? And that's why I'm really blessed. The culture we built, with the team we have.
Yeah.
No, they're entrepreneurs. There's definitely entrepreneurs. I don't like the W-2 mindset. I don't like, hey, I got to clock in at 9, clock out at 5. No, we got individuals in our company who wants to treat it as their own. We want individuals in the company who we're going to help them build their own businesses as well. And then not a lot of entrepreneurs will do that. A lot of people just, let's hire 15 people. Oh, now it sounds great to have, I got 15 employees. Fuck that. Like, nobody cares about it. Like, how you really scale with that? Like, that's great. Just you know better than anyone. You and I have many conversations with people who said they got about 50 employees or 70 employees and
yeah,
don't know half their names, and maybe one day, but let's be honest. Your core, your culture is definitely key. The establishing one relationships, establishing new businesses, and developing new opportunities.
You hit something on there, dude, that I want to kind of come back to real quick. It's so good when you start hiring a lot of people like that. Do you find that a lot of those relationships that you have with those individuals become less personal and very transactional? Like, how does that fit into the company culture at that point?
Yes, conversations. Sometimes you really don't know if they're a great fit, though, right? You don't know exactly what their true agenda may look like. And I know with you and I, even when we're interviewing or communicate with people, we're having multiple Zooms, we're having multiple conversations to make sure they're a great fit for the culture. And even then, after we have that 90-day trial, sometimes even longer, just to make sure, because you truly don't know if it's going to work out, because we got to see how they react when things go right, things go wrong, or shit hits the fan. And it's a lot of different things that a lot of people that don't look at. That's why I'm very thankful and blessed to be one, your business partner, and two, uh,
Likewise.
the alignment there. The alignment is there is very different from other business partnerships I've been in the past, and a lot of people will just think, "Where's the next check? Where's the next check? Where's the next check?" Versus we're a little bit different.
Yeah.
Not little. We're actually a lot. We're very different. Like very different from other businesses.
We're very black and white from most other businesses.
Oh God, I would never let that down. Oh God, that is hilarious. Those who
I
have
almost
the
thought that was on purpose, bro, because that was so funny. Like the timing and everything of it was so good.
okay, those who missed the mastermind we had a couple weeks in go actually in Vegas. Uh, actually, I'm not gonna go into. You should have been there. I'm just gonna say that you should have been there.
They just missed that inside joke.
Yeah, but I think the company culture is key, and then having the right conversations, and not just bringing anyone because they appear to be the great, they appear to think, they appear to have the knowledge, but truly start it internally first and see exactly what you need, and then kind of sourcing those right individuals. Sometimes you gotta. It takes 3 to 4 months to hire the right person. I actually funny part about it. We're having this conversation. I talked to an individual at the mastermind who he actually wanted to who wanted to hire the first person he interviewed, and then literally the gentleman he interviewed was doing something totally different from what he really wanted to do in life. He wanted to be a buy and hold investor as more so as an STR MTR. The gentleman he interviewed is more so in the multifamily space. He wanted to instantly change his plan because this guy seems so experienced. He's talking about multifamily. This is my guy. This is what I need to be doing. It sounds great at the time, and more so you probably want to do that for about 2 or 3 months, but I guarantee you're going to lose interest very quickly and realize it's not what you really want to do.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I always told, was it hire slow, fire fast, and that's very true. If you're not using that model in your business, guys, you have to do it. You have to utilize that. Just really understand what that looks like on the scale to you guys, especially if you want to grow a company, because a lot of people, they just hire anyone. Oh,
Yeah.
they said they can do this, but have they actually done it? So
right. You said something else, man, that I have found myself, and as you're talking, dude, like I'm thinking of myself several years ago and what I would have done and what I did done and where I messed up. And, you mentioned like sometimes that takes longer than 90 days. Like I know for just as kind of like a blanketed, like when you're talking to a lot of people, it's kind of like a blanketed, hey guys, when you're bringing somebody on like a 90-day window, it's a good general window. But I want to hammer down on what Chris just said just right here for a second. If you get to that 90-day window and you don't know, there's nothing telling you that you have to make a decision whether to keep that person on or not at that 90 days. If you need to go longer, make it 120 days. And I just wanted to hammer down on that because I see myself several years ago being like, well, I don't know what 90 days. What do I do now? Well, Jesse just extended out another 30 days. It's your business. You got to make sure that you're hiring the right people. You're bringing the right people in. I think culture is great, man. Culture is probably the most important thing. I know George Bush, President Bush, when he was hiring, when he was bringing people onto his team, Carlin, I think, read a memoir or an autobiography, something of his. Maybe it was a leadership book written by him. I don't remember. But it was interesting because when he talked about like skills and things like that, he's like, you can teach people these skills. Although ideally you would want to have somebody who has like obviously some sort of background or experience. But to get to the level that you want, you can kind of coach and teach those individuals that. But he said, what's most important is to find people who have the same values. And I feel like that rides exactly in line with what you just got done describing. If they have those right values, those values you're going to see very quickly if those values align with that culture that you're wanting to create.
Yeah.
You know what I love about our business is that, speaking of culture, nobody, even though there is like an organization, I guess you could call it a hierarchy, the way that we have created our culture is like everybody has a say in it. Everybody has a say in the company's goals. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice. That's a better word for it. And I love that because I think based on what I've seen from a lot of other individuals who are building businesses, it's not like that. It's not like this big company culture thing where we can all get into a meeting and have a decision. A lot of individuals, especially if there's two partners or three partners, they'll have a decision. They'll have like a behind the scenes meeting, and sometimes those meetings have to happen. I get it, but what I'm trying to communicate here is more often than not, those CEOs will have those meetings and then they'll come down and they tell everybody else what's going to go on. And I love, although we do that, we also include our team in a lot of the meetings and a lot of the discussions, and we're open to feedback and they're open to feedback and everybody's open to learning and having uncomfortable conversations. And as a matter of fact, one of the things that Chris and I have done within our company is every single Friday, because we have a company meeting set at 9 a.m. Alaskan time, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day. And basically every single day, we still talk multiple times a day. We're still on a phone or a Zoom in some capacity or another throughout the day. But what we've done is we've set aside that a guaranteed hour, no matter what, every single day at this time. We're like Bill Murray and Groundhog Day. It's like this time it's the same meeting every single time, same people. And what we've done on Fridays as part of our culture is we've called it Fun Fridays, Fun Day Fridays, where during our meeting, our scheduled time, we don't even talk about business. Chris, go into a little bit more of that. Like, what is a Fun Day Friday for our team, and why is that so important for our culture?
So we call it Fun Day Friday. And you're probably going to think, why we call it that when I'm about to explain to you what we actually talk about.
We're not playing Twister, guys.
Right.
Don't get all weird on us, okay?
But we call it Fun Friday, Friday fun. Due to the fact of, let's be honest, because a lot of businesses out there, they grind, they go through obstacles, they have disagreements, whatever that is, or maybe there's a pipe that bursts in a house, or there's this going on, there's that going on, there's so many different things can be going on in your business. But we don't talk about business on Fridays. We really go into that meeting really trying to understand how are you doing personally, how are you doing, more so specifically in regards to your health, financial obstacles you may be facing. Is there any disagreements you're having with your family members, or is something you need help overcoming? We have very personal conversations, more so just to see, make sure it's almost like a quality check. Hey, let's check your temperature real quick. Let's make sure you're not about to, whatever that looks like. I'm not going to go down to detail, but
bend over and cough.
Yeah, right. But no, we really have those. Some people may think it's uncomfortable, but we have those very intentional conversations talking about just personal life, whether it's kids, relationship, how to juggle the balance of both, and or whatever that looks like, to make sure your personal situation is not affecting your business as well. Yeah. So we don't talk about business at all on Fridays. We really only just talk about, hey Jesse, how's things going with your kids? Or example for me, hey Chris, are you balancing time with spend more time with your son? Or there's a lot of different things we go over, but it's more so to a personal touch and nothing related to business. We help each other try to find those times on a hypothetical. If I'm not spending enough time with my son, okay, great. How can I actually carve out time in my day? And they will actually help me carve out that specific time of what that looks like, so I can make sure I'm spending enough time with my son, and making sure I'm present. And we all have kids. Everyone in our business, we all have kids. So I think we all done it before, where we go weeks in and weeks out, months in and months out, where it's just business. Because you see the vision, you see the future, you see where you're going. but sometimes just take a step back and spend some quality time with your family.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like you said, like you get so caught up in the thing, that it takes the people that are closest to you to be like, hey, Jesse, how about you take a step back for a second, man? Go spend some time with the kids. Go take the wife out. You guys go do this. Like sometimes it's great to have those reminders. And I would even go like using the word friendship.
Hmm.
I love the picture. I'm going to get that printed today. The
What's
picture of me, you, James, and Angel at the
oh my
mastermind.
god, delete that shit. Oh my god,
Delete it. You don't like it?
I don't like me in it. Like I look.
You look fantastic. What are you talking about?
I thought you were about to pull it up. I'm like, don't pull it up.
I won't pull it up, man. But I thought, dude, that's such a
It is a nice picture
that's a
overall.
family picture, dude. That's going up on my wall, man. I love that. And I think you just looking at that picture, you guys go look at it on my Facebook. If you scroll down, there's a picture of me, James, Chris, and Angel. And you can tell what the company culture is just by looking at that picture. And it transcends a professional relationship. I think it's the culture that we have developed. Everybody in our business, we're all friends. That's what's so fucking cool about it. I've never seen, and I'll say, I like this. This might come off arrogant. I've never seen another business have internally what we have. The way that we care for each other, the way that we serve each other, it's truly unparalleled. And I think, man, I had other shit that I wanted to go into today, man, but I think culture about sums it up, Chris. I think you hit the nail on the head, dude. I think if you can nail down the culture right, everything else falls into place. I love it. I'm grateful for Angel. I'm so glad that we were able to meet in person. Finally, fucking somebody who understands what it's like to wake up and have a bad hair day. Chris just tell me to get over my shit. Angel's like, hey, no, I get it. Angel doesn't have bad hair days, but at least I have somebody who can empathize and sympathize with me.
Oh, that's hilarious. I'm like burning up out here. I'm not gonna lie. This frappuccino is not helping. All right, guys, I'm about to jump in the pool. Just
dude, turn it around, man. Let us see you take a dive in there.
My clumsy ass knocked the whole computer in there.
I think we do a good job of fostering a culture of collaboration.
Yep.
Great things in business are never done by one person. One of my all-time mentors when it comes to understanding company culture and teamwork is Steve Jobs, man. I have learned so much from that individual. And he talks about having like A players and B players and C players. And when you develop that culture and, you bring in people that are A players and B players, it's neat because everybody kind of polices themselves. Bring people in who can take ownership and step into that role into a company and just the teamwork, the synergy, the energy, the love, the service of each other, both personally and professionally. It's just it's incredible, man. What are some things, Chris, that you think, if you had to go back and give yourself advice 4 or 5 years ago on what building an ideal company culture would look like if you could go back from day one and rebuild your business with company culture top of mind, what are some of the things that you would advise yourself on?
A slower process of hiring.
A slower process of hiring. Does that mean you would take like, obviously, you'd probably take a little bit longer before you brought somebody on officially. I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I think a lot of the mistakes that I made was I brought somebody else in prematurely, or I partnered with somebody prematurely. It was either it fell under one of two categories. Circumstances, like there's a million different circumstances as to why that could have happened, but ultimately it fell under the umbrella of scarcity and convenience. It was either convenient for me, or I was in a position where I was like, oh, I got to get somebody in here real quick, and I just got to let me pull John in here. It was kind of one of those things. It fell under either scarcity or convenience. And the more that I have learned about myself, and as we built our business, and I've seen everybody else's business and how they hire and what their cultures look like, I have found that to be true, man. And when you look at the statistics as to why 90% of small business owners never pass the 7-figure mark, it comes down to that. That plays a major part in that. I mean, if you can nail down the company culture right, and you can, like you said, take your time to be a little bit slower to bring these people in, so you can make sure you do have the right fit, somebody who's going to help contribute and build the vision and that culture. That's the only difference. Well, it's not. That's probably one of the main differences between people who never pass the 7-figure mark and people who do. Is the person that the person that doesn't, they hire out of scarcity and convenience. They bring somebody else into their business because it's convenient, or they need somebody to start yesterday. But then that person is unreliable. They're showing up late. They're not disciplined. They're inconsistent. They do just enough to not get fired. And everybody here has had a W-2. Everybody here knows what exactly you guys know somebody like that. You guys have worked with somebody like that. They do just enough to get by. Versus the other guy over here, all he does is he exactly what Chris just got done talking about. He doesn't hire out of scarcity or convenience. He'll just wait to get those 8 players in, and then instead of hiring 6 people like the other guy did, he hires 6 people, and he's got like one person like Jan, and then Jan's like his star player. Jan is like the star person. She comes in early, she stays late, does all the things, and you got 5 other knuckleheads that do just enough to not get by. They're calling in sick so they can go jet skiing and motorbiking, or just don't want to come into work or whatever. Versus the other guy, he just hires 6 Jans. That's it. He knows how to bring the right people in, and he's got the culture in place. And when you start building a company and a business in that way, like everybody kind of starts policing themselves, and then you have this team of high caliber players where if somebody else comes in, if they don't fit into that culture, they will be really quick to get rid of that person if they don't level up really quick. Those are some of the things that I have found out to be true. Would you agree with that, Chris, or disagree, or anything else you'd like to add on to that?
Yeah, definitely like to add on a couple of things. It's kind of a side note as well, but I couldn't agree more to everything you just said, man. You mentioned as far as W-2, the individual that's more so just getting by, doing just enough. So I know we're running out of time here, but I want to share this because this happened to me over at Chipotle. Before real estate, before I was at my job as a director of operations, running several restaurants. Prior to there, I applied for Chipotle. I got hired as a crew member with the expectation to become a kitchen manager. So they opened up a brand new location over in, I'm just going to say, Greece, New York. This is in Rochester, New York specifically. I was hired for the Henrietta location. Greece was opened up in about 6 months. They're training me. Yep, Greece, New York. And those who are upstate New York know exactly what Greece is, but but more so, I was training in one of the locations to become a kitchen manager for the Greece location. And I woke up one morning super excited to go to work. We knew the corporate boss was coming down there, and I'm gonna say her name. I'm not gonna say her name. Trish was my boss at the time. She was the general manager. So I was super excited. So funny part about it, I went to like Dunkin' Donuts. It was like next door to I'm gonna say Core Life, but next door to Chipotle. I ordered like I think it was like 2 dozen of donuts just to bring it in. A super good mood. I knew the corporate boss was coming in. Like I could care less about that. This is me being me. Like let's bring some donuts, and plus I was hungry that day, so kind of worked out for everyone. So I get there and get the donuts. Everyone saying thank you. I get to the back, put my apron on and everything. Come back to the front, and she pulls me to the side and say, "Hey, Chris, how are you?" And I said, "Great. How are you, Trish?" And then that's when she said, "Great. Hey, so I wanted to talk to you before you got clocked in and everything, and just to let you know that it's not going to be a great fit. I mean, it's not going to be a great fit for you here." And I said, "Okay." I said, out of curiosity, why is that? He said, I mean, Trish said, I won't ever forget this because it just blew my mind. She said, because I was not in the right state of mind. Now, I don't smoke. I don't smoke. At that time, I didn't realize what that could be mean. It could be many things. Right state of mind. What do you mean? Drugs? Do you mean alcohol? What do you mean? And
Right.
I was raised right. I'm not trying to like be cocky or anything about that. I was raised right. I'm not stupid. I know exactly what all that good stuff. But when she mentioned that, at the time, it didn't dawn on me until I got home and my father actually said, "Chris, have you been smoking?" And I said, "Oh my God, that's what she meant." And I didn't know that's what she meant. And or maybe it's alcohol. My dad said, "When the last time you drink, you smoke?" I said, "Dad, I don't smoke." Do I, haven't had drinks in the past? 100%. But that
Talking about cigarettes, or she talking about like you puffing the Magic Dragon?
The Magic Dragon.
Huh.
And I still to this day don't smoke. So when that was like a more eye opener when my dad had to break it down to me, like letting me know, like she's kind of insinuating like you're either on drugs or you're doing some kind of marijuana, some kind of you're doing drink, but you wasn't in the right state of mind. If I knew what I knew today, I will own a franchise of Chipotle. 100%. It was a reason because that's my logic behind it. It was just a more so excuse just to let me go. I'm glad it happened. I learned a lot because more so I went to the next location, actually running a restaurant as a general manager before I became a director of operations for 6 locations and other stuff. And the reason I bring this up because more so, guys, when people are letting you go, especially if you're working a W-2, it's okay for you to ask questions, especially when they're letting you go. Like you need to know the reason why, legitimate reason. Was it documented? Was it communicated to you, or is this out of the blue? Or is it convenient for them? Is it a budget reason? Is these different things you have to know? Where now everyone that's whether you watch it now or in the future, I want to let you guys know I don't want you guys to work W-2s. I don't think anyone should have to be forced to work a W-2 and in that position. However, if you are in that position right now and you know you're doing your darnest, your best, sometimes just have a conversation with your boss and say, "Hey, is there anything right now you think I should be working on?" Because maybe it's something back then I didn't know. I thought I was doing great. Maybe, and Trish, if you're watching
donuts for Trish, for fuck's sake.
Trish owed me 24. I think 24. Yeah, 2 dozen donuts. That's what
Come
she
on,
owed me.
Trish.
But if she is watching in the future, I'm pretty sure she's doing well. She at the time she was had her newborns and all that good stuff. But the reason I just wanted to share this, guys, don't ever put yourself in a predicament where you're in a box. We're all better than what we think, and we all are. How do I say this without cursing? Try not to curse today, Jesse. You're like,
good for you, bro.
Every time I see
you want to be better.
Jesse wants to bring out the cursing in me. Just play. Jesse's a good influence, guys. I don't want you to think, "Oh, Jesse's a bad influence." but more so. That's why I just want to share that real quick before we ended the live and all that good stuff. Terry says we have a number of those employees at my W-2 and it flows over to other employees. Yeah, the toxic stuff, you definitely don't want that to happen. So, we don't allow that in our business. If we see some kind of shape form of it, we let that person go. One, we try not to even get to that point because again, hire slow, fire fast. So understand your alignment there.
Now, what happens, Chris, if you do bring those people in? How does that affect your A players?
Oh, significantly. I think it plays a huge role because once people start to talk or communicate or say anything negative or change that environment, it starts to not just open your mind. Of course, if you have those key players already in place, they're gonna know how to feed out that BS. But you don't want to your name is everything, right? The company's name is everything. Third Mind REI. You don't want somebody in your company making false allegations or something and or having a reputation of something that's related to Third Mind. Because when at the end of the day, it's our brand, it's our name, and you don't want that to tarnish anything. So I think that plays a heavy role in it.
I think you run the risk of if you allow that type of toxicity in your business for too long, that's where you'll start to find, dude, your A players will leave, your B players will leave.
Yep.
If that becomes tolerated, you will start to lose those individuals.
Yep.
So it's important, especially as a business owner, to be cognizant and aware of these things when it comes to building out your ideal team. These are the things that make money as a business owner, like understanding these habits and these skills. These are the things that really matter. And I wish that somebody would have communicated that to me years ago, because I thought it was just, I was like, shut up, man. I just need to be on the phones. I just need to be on the phones. I just need to be on the phones. And while that was a major contribution to me understanding what sales are and how to negotiate and all that kind of stuff, and has absolutely helped develop my ability to communicate effectively as a leader, I also wish that somebody would have said, hey, Jesse, you also need to make sure that you are spending some time building leadership skills, as opposed to just being tunnel vision focused on making calls all day. Because when you understand these things, like the faster your business can grow, the faster your business can scale. When you as a leader understand that you don't have to know every single part of the business, but you know how to create a business, you know how to put different pieces together and to create that company culture and to create a vision and a goal that's so big that everybody else that you bring into that, their visions and their goals and their things they're wanting to accomplish is able to fit underneath that. That's something that's really special. Kathy, thank you so much for this compliment. I really appreciate that. We talk about we talk about family. Our business is a family.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that that same affection and love is felt through these podcasts and the things that Chris and I do as well. Devin, miss you, bro. I'm looking forward to the next time that we get to hang out with you and your mom in person.
Yeah, we had a great time.
We did, man. We did. Chris and I were on the phone yesterday, and we won't say anything. Should we tell everybody to block out those dates, or no?
No.
Not even the dates yet. Don't even expose the dates.
Don't expose the dates.
Okay. All right.
All right, guys. Tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. No, I was there Thursday, Friday, every day. No. Yeah, we talked about not a few, but we actually talked about one major thing that I think is more so going to be Actually, I'm gonna shut up because I'll be the one to spill it. Nope, not happening. Not happening.
Mum's the word.
Okay.
I like it, guys. I like it. So as we wrap this thing up here, let me know in the comments real quick. Let me see how many people are trying to build a team right now. How many people right now are doing this stuff by yourself? How many people are looking for a team? I spent so long trying to do things by myself. It took me a year to get my first deal. And that first deal was a deal in Memphis, Tennessee, and I made $1,200 from it. Learned a lot. Definitely learned a lot. It cost me a lot of money to figure out how to make $1,200. See, Ken Wilson's in the house. What up, bro?
Ken Wilson.
Here he is. Sean says, I'm solo, but would build a team if I could wrap my head around it. Chris, leaving everybody real quick because we're wrapping up. What are one or two pieces of advice or action items Sean can take right now to start building a team so he can wrap his head around it?
First, identify what kind of team you're looking to build. Well, actually, no, that's the second thing. First thing is identify what you need in your business and what you want in your business. This kind of correlate together because let's be honest, you may be in real estate or maybe you have a different business. Maybe it's like a Turo company. It's really identifying exactly what kind of business you're trying to build. And then after that, then you want to kind of establish your culture. So like Sean, I was solo too, for many years. $5,600 I received in 7 months. That was a struggle for me. But really put pen to paper, Sean, and really see exactly what makes you happy and what makes you happy on a scale. Like, not it's great, oh, I'm going to go to this restaurant, I'm going to go to this bar, that makes me happy. No, what makes you happy in your business, where specifically you know exactly how you can 10x it and get it to a 6 or 7 figure company. So once you put pen to paper, then really identify your culture internally, which would technically be you since you're solo, and then start bringing those right individuals in. I have multiple conversations with many people, or if you're doing interviews, don't just have one interview and hire it. Have 3, 4, 5 interviews. Sometimes ask the same questions in different ways to see if you get the same answer. Test their integrity. Never know.
That. I like that.
I'm also a grown up. Brady, good to see you, man. But yeah, other than that, guys, we appreciate you very, very much. We definitely had an amazing time at the Mastermind in Vegas, guys. Those are in the private mentorship. We will be going over more so what more so partnerships look like on Tuesday at 3:00. In regards to like paperwork, showing you guys exactly what the JV agreements look like, and also showing you exactly like if there's 3 partners, there's 4 partners, who's doing what. So we will be talking about that in the mentorship on Tuesday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jesse need to get over here so he can be at Eastern Standard Time as well.
From Florida to Florida.
Right. So yeah, guys, I'm super excited. Next week, we may have a special guest coming into the mentorship as well. A gentleman from I almost gave it away. Yeah, we're gonna have a special guest coming in. Most likely Tuesday. He will be in there. I'm just waiting on confirmation, but it would be pretty neat to have him in there explain how much value he can actually bring to you guys. So if you got any questions or anything, there's a link right there, revoltacademy.com. Have any questions, you can reach out to any of us, what that looks like, or just give us a call. A lot of you guys have our numbers. Just give us a call, shoot us a text. So other than that, Jesse, have any final thoughts or comments you like to throw out there?
No, I think that was great, man. No, thank you. I'm really excited for this, man. If you guys, like Chris said, man, if you guys haven't looked into it at all, or if you're struggling to figure all this stuff out, like, this is why, Chris, visit reivoltacademy.com. $47 a month for a mentorship where you have access to all of us every single day, Monday through Friday.
Absolutely.
We talk about capital raising. We help you understand the paperwork. We talk about how to negotiate things. There's coaching in there. There's underwriting, and there's so many things we go over for $47 a month.
Crazy.
You know, we talked about some of the advice that we would give ourselves when we were starting out. Do you guys know that this was created? REI Volt Academy, this was created because if we could go back and create something that we would have wished would have existed when we were trying to figure things out, that's what this is. Whether your business model is wholesaling, fixing and flipping, buying and holding properties, whatever it is, for $47 a month, if you are homeless in the United States, you can afford to bet on yourself. You can afford to do this. This is here for you guys. So I just wanted to hammer down on that. If you guys are, you guys want to continue the conversation, you guys got specific questions that you want to know when it comes to building and scaling a business, that's what this resource is here for. So check it out. Let us know if you guys have any questions. Like Chris said, you guys know how to get a hold of us. We're here for you guys. This is part of our company culture. We're family. We appreciate you guys. We love you guys. Thank you guys for giving us some of your guys' time today.
Thanks for listening to the House of Cards podcast with Chris James and Jesse Stanton. We hope you've enjoyed this episode and have learned something new about real estate investing. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more tips and tricks. And don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. Until next time.